I don't think this is fact. This is just a rumor going around right now, I believe.
Yeah, this is a rumor.
But the rumor is that Christopher Reeve and Adam West might appear in The Flash. And this is coming from Mr. Scoop. He tweeted this out as well. And also the article I read was from TMZ. And it says, according to, what's that say? Lionized? I've never heard that.
Lionized.
Yeah, I've never heard that word. What the hell's lionized mean?
Not sure. I don't know.
Okay. I don't know. According to lionized movie leakers, some of whom have solid reps for being in the know on this comic book flick stuff, the word is Christopher Reeve and Adam West are going to be featured in a scene where Barry Allen, the Flash, is hopscotching around different superhero universes. That doesn't seem too far-fetched, right? I think this is more of a question of where you stand morally on this, because we're getting to that time where we have the technology, the ability to bring actors that are no longer with us into a movie. There's that whole movie that they wanted to do with James Dean, starring James Dean. I don't know if it's being made or not, but I remember last year we were talking about it, that they were going to do a movie starring James Dean, and James Dean's been dead for like 50 freaking years, but they were going to have a CGI, version of him leading a role. What are your guys' thoughts on a little nod like this? Now, I'll put it this way. My first interpretation is I don't see any problem with it being a nod. As I said, he's hopscotching around different superhero universes. I could see that. Okay, he jumps through and you see Christopher Reeve real quick. He's not probably no dialogue, a quick confused look, and maybe an awkward wave, and then he moves on. And then same thing with Adam West. But what if they do an extended thing and Christopher Reeve actually has a conversation with Barry? I don't know. That could happen. I mean, we already got Luke Skywalker that was in, what was it, The Mandalorian that he was in?
The Book of Boba Fett.
The Book of Boba Fett, where the actor didn't.
I think
Mark Hamill didn't do anything for that.
I think that's how the conversation came up, and that's how we started it before, was with that. I kind of think I feel the same as I did then. I think if someone's still alive and they've got if Harrison Ford wanted to be in an Indiana Jones and he's 22 years old in the movie, yeah, great. If he gives the permission, I think if someone's passed away, like James Dean, say the movie comes out and it's an absolute pile of crap, that's going to be listed as one of his movies and he didn't even know about it. I think that's a bit weird. I think that's a bit weird that someone who's passed away, because that kind of opens the door. He could have another 100 movies made. He could have 100 really, really crap movies instead of the 6 iconic legendary movies that he's known for. Same with Bruce Lee. He only done 6 movies. It opens the door to all that sort of stuff. But if it's a nod, I'd probably cry. Yeah, I'd get really upset because I love Christopher Reeve. I watched a documentary about him the other day, and I got all emotional then because I just see him as like he is Superman to me. He always will be Superman. But I would love that if there was a scene with the Flash, and he goes through and it was like, and I wouldn't mind if there was like a 30-second thing and he was talking to him or he saved him or something happened and he just come out of the blue and I'd be like, fucking hell, it's Christopher Reeve. And then he just gives his smile as he does and flies off. I'd be choked. I'd be well up. I'd be like, oh my God, like that's beautiful. That's a nice little nod. That sort of thing can be done classy. I think it's done with Carrie Fisher, Princess Leia for, was it Rogue One? Was it Rogue One? Is that what it was called? What was it called?
Or was it the Rise of Skywalker?
No. Oh yeah, no, sorry, you're right. My bad. Yeah, you're right. Rise of Skywalker. I think if you have like an odd bit in it, I'm cool with that. I just think if you're gonna go the whole thing and go, oh, this is a new movie with this person who's no longer here, I don't think that's right. Not really.
Carrie Fisher was a different example though. Like we're talking a movie franchise that at the time was 40 some odd years old, and they were about to conclude her story, and then she passed away right before she could finish that. I can understand that completely. Seth, you read this. What are your thoughts on Christopher Reeve and Adam West rumored to show up in the Flash movie? Do you think WB is going to do it classfully, or do you think this is going to be like just some fan service? Let's try to get as many tickets sold, and they're going to do it poorly. And what are your thoughts all around on this?
I think they could do it well. I think it can't be. Can we talk Ghostbusters spoilers now? That movie came out in like October.
Yes, go for it.
I don't think they're gonna pull a Ghostbusters situation here. They're not gonna bring in a CGI Christopher Reeve. I think they're probably going to have old footage from an old movie, and they'll fit a couple seconds of it into the Flash somehow, and then the Flash will just move on, and that's all we'll see of Christopher Reeve. And they'll probably do the same thing for Adam West. That would be fine with me. Now, if they're sticking around, then it would get weird. But if it's just a quick thing, like maybe Flash just goes to the universe, you see Christopher Reeve, he does the wave thing, he smiles, and you hear like maybe a couple seconds of his theme song or something, and then you just move on. I think that would work. I think people would be okay with that.
Yeah. Well, this also like raises a couple of questions. Like number one, like if he's hopscotching, as you said, Seth, we're going to see maybe some unused footage, or maybe we're going to see some used footage, like stuff we've seen before. Like he's going to hopscotch while Superman's fighting,
Zod or something in the Superman 2 or something. That would be
right.
amazing.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I didn't say unused footage. So, I mean, it might be unused footage. It'll probably just be footage we've seen already from a movie.
God,
before.
that would be insane.
Archive footage. That's what I
said. You know what I mean? Like, we could just jump into a scene that we've already seen. I would rather not do that.
I'd rather see something like that. Yes, that where you go. Yeah.
So, but in that case, if that's the case, then they could use unused footage or just completely render the whole thing CGI. What do you think about that, Seth? Like, if they made a whole new CGI, Christopher Reeve character as Superman, and even went a step further and had him use dialogue and that new dialogue technology thing that they used for Mark Hamill.
That wouldn't feel right. Like, I don't know. That just wouldn't feel right. I don't like that. Like, it's just creepy. Like, I don't know. I don't know how to elaborate on that. It just is. It's creepy. It weirds me out. Like the fact that is that us saying that it's creepy is not going to stop Hollywood from doing that.
No,
it's going to happen at some point.
Yeah,
whether this is it or not, who knows? I doubt that this will be it, but it's going to happen at some point. And I said it months ago. If it gets advanced enough, we will be getting Superman 5 starring Christopher Reeve and Margot Kidder, I think was her name, and Gene Hackman. I believe Gene Hackman is still alive, actually. But
yes, he is very happy and retired.
We'll be getting all these movies, and who knows weird, what else. Man. Like it's weird to think about. But
well, and that goes with what Ramon was saying. Like, at what point in time can they do that, and should they do that? It's a moral question. It really is. Like, what if they come out with Superman 5 starring Christopher Reeve's essence, and
because where does the money go? Does it go to his estate?
Not even that, but what if it's a complete shit bomb? Oh, great! You just crapped all over this man's legacy.
I think I think maybe when it gets to that stage, maybe it'll get to the stage where if that happens, say it's Al Pacino or these great actors who are getting older, that maybe it'll get to a stage they'll say, look, when you're dead, have we got permission to scan you and everything else to use you in, and this will be where the money goes to that yes or no kind of thing. It might get to the stage with actors like that, and it might be a thing where if you agree with it, then yeah, if not, then not. And I think then it's down to the although I wouldn't really like that, but at least it's more so that I think it's more so that the permission of the thing, because if anyone could do anything, like, and you'd have to pay anyone, all right then, cool. Let's go make a new Superman movie. You don't need to pay anyone. Like,
yeah,
it's bit like Seth said. Right. It's going to happen no matter what. It will happen.
Once it gets involved in contracts and you put it in the contract agreement, then then you're good. You can do whatever you want. You had that person's permission. When you don't have somebody's permission, that's when it gets a little icky. Now, what about this? This is something I didn't bring up the article because I didn't think I was going to talk about it, but I did read an article about this late last week that Paul Walker's mom wants Vin Diesel to finish out the storyline that Vin Diesel wanted to do with Paul Walker, aka she wants another Fast and Furious movie with Paul Walker starring in it, and we all know that he died. Now, this is his mom that wants that story to continue. So we would fall into the same realm. What are your thoughts on that?
Paul
No.
Walker's brother has also said that he wants that to happen.
Mm.
It sounds like his family wants them to do this. Whether
Well, yeah.
they do it, who knows? But
Well, so okay, the family wants them to do it. Okay, but like, how is that where the story's going now? Is that where the story's leading to?
I think I can understand what they mean, like to write him out. But I think personally, as sad as and tragic as everything was, I don't know if you've seen that one. I think it was Furious 7. I thought that was one of the most heartbreaking. Like, I know those movies are just, like Expendables. It's just trash action. You know what I mean? They're not serious movies. I love them for what they are. That whole America thing again. I love it. I absolutely love them. They're so silly. But his final moments and his brother doing the CGI and everything else, regardless of how it looked, I think he had one of the best send-offs I've ever seen in a film in my entire life. Like, it was just that whole thing, and at the very end of it, if people haven't seen it, it's got him, he pulls up at the lights, Vin Diesel's there, and it's like, yeah, all right, brother, and that kind of thing. And I was getting a bit of a lump in my throat, and then the cars go and the roads split off, and it's like he goes over a hill, and it's like the sun's setting, and he goes off, and it's like off to heaven. And I think you can't, that was, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't ask for more for a human being. Like, that was such a beautiful send-off for him, and you can't top that. You can't.
Yeah, if it doesn't play into what, the way that these movies were originally supposed to go obviously changed when Paul Walker died. So now they're going down a different story route, and Will bringing him back.
No, I don't think.
What will that do besides make Paul Walker's mom and brother feel better? You know what I mean? Like, is it really going to work for the story, or is it just going to do something just to make the family feel, oh, there's our son again? And it sounds callous. It really does. But like, it doesn't seem right. And it kind of goes into this whole icky realm of, should you resurrect actors as their iconic roles?
I think that they always said, right, and as silly as the movies have got, the last couple have been just absurd, but they always said that the Furious franchise was always meant to be 10 movies. Like, the intention was from the very beginning, we're going to do 10 movies, absolutely go ridiculous at the end, finish with a bang. Going back to what you were saying before, Steve, the next one I think is 9 or 10. I'm not sure which one it is next.
It's 10.
Right.
It's the X.
So yeah, right. So this movie's coming out. If it splits off and does Hobbs and Shaw and all that other crap, that's not really Fast and Furious. If they go off and do all these other, that's whatever, cool. If they want to keep it going, cool. If this is like the last of the Furious movies and it goes to like the end again and they want to do like a little last 5 minutes and all the characters come back and he turns up and his brother does a little thing like that, again, I think that's fine. It's the same thing like you said before. If it's like a little nod and for like a thank you to all the fans and like that kind of stuff, cool. But I still don't think it's needed because we've already got something beautiful on tape, and I just let it go. Let the guy rest.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you. As Aaron White also said, I don't know if you saw it. He agrees with you too. I can't find it now. Here it is.
It was such a wonderful.
Agreed. Great send off.
Yeah, it was just.
Bringing it back to the Christopher Reeve and Adam West, if they show up, I hope it's like you said, Ramon. I hope it's classy, and I hope they do it like quick, like, oh, there he is, and then they're out.
I'll be so excited.
Yeah,
that sounds silly.
That does sound cool. If this movie ever comes out, The Flash. I mean,
yeah.
They say it's done.
I mean, there's posters for it at CinemaCon. Nothing new. It's just a logo, but they're promoting it. I think the WB panel is tomorrow, so they'll probably be talking about it tomorrow there.
Yeah, we're going to have a lot of stuff to unpack with this. All right, well, there you go. There's Christopher Reeve, Adam West rumored to show up in the Flash movie. Let us know your thoughts. Do you want them to bring back characters and the actors that are no longer alive to reprise their roles as either a digital self or repurposed old footage? Do you think that's right? Do you think there's a moral stance that they shouldn't do this? Let us know in the comments below. Also, if you